Another career in the technological communications field, or you could say in the media field, is being able to use communication technology. Now, yes, phones and cell phones and all of that is part of it, but actually it goes a little deeper than that with some of the careers you can actually choose. First, you've got to be up on the latest gizmos and gadgets. You've got to be able to know if somebody says Skype, you've got to know how to do that. So it isn't something where you have to learn necessarily later on as you go, although on-site training does happen. A lot of these things are specialized skills. For instance, if you're a CB or a radio operator, and what that could be for, a lot of times, the first thing I think of is military. That in the military, they have so much communication, and all of the communication is done with technology. So if you are somebody like that, that likes to deal with, maybe you have a CB at home, I don't know, or a scanner even, you hear all of the people that are talking and communicating with each other. That's the type of device you would have to learn how to use in order to have that type of a job. Very similar to that would be a dispatcher, fire and police dispatchers. These are the people who when you call, like 911 for instance, the 911 operator is actually sitting in front of a computer, if you don't realize that. And then part of their job is to use that technology to communicate to the different people who need the information to get to where they're going. So you can become a dispatcher. This is something that happens on site that a lot of times they'll train you how to work the equipment and how to do it. But it's also a very important job in the sense that you've got to get the information right. And you have to know how to use the technology to get it to the right people. So dispatchers are needed all over the place. Air traffic control, a little more detailed. They do offer on-site training, but eventually you're going to have to probably be certified, in this case by the FAA, and you'll have to have a certification to actually be able to communicate with aircraft and have them land and take off and know where everything is going. All of that is technology based, and it's communication. If you think about it, if you took all the air traffic controllers out of the equation, what would the planes do? They have absolutely no communication with the ground knowing what's going on. So again, a very important job in communications using technology. You also have to kind of know geography. And if you think about a dispatcher, if you think about an air traffic controller, if you think about a CB operator, a lot of this communication is about location, is about knowing where this is going or who has to go where. And it's kind of like an organizational thing. So part of the technology is being able to know location, so like GPS devices, for instance, and being able to instruct people on where to go using the technology that's out there. There are tons of training programs for this. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to a 4-year college in order to learn how to do a lot of this. A lot of the training is the equipment that you actually have to know how to use. You might be really good at computers and really good at different technological advances, but then you walk in to an air traffic control center and you're not sure what all of these devices are there to do. You might know what one of them is, but you aren't sure exactly how it fits into the big picture. That's where the training programs come in. So depending what you would want to do and how technologically savvy you are, you might have to go through a training program to get certified that you know how to use all of this equipment to communicate to the proper people. So this is another way that in the media world that if you know technology and you're pretty good with it and you're good at communicating with people, that you could have a job working in this capacity as a dispatcher, air traffic controller, or someone who's communicating instructions to other people via technology. We'll see you next time.